Hi there. Okay, today I want to talk to you about relaxing with your horse. So why do I want to talk to you about that? Because it's something that we may have not learned during our horsemanship experience. We may have learned to be active and to try to get our horses to be responsive and to be exciting and motivating and driving and doing all of this stuff, which may have a place, but we want to remember that we're working with an animal that is conditioned to be fearful of quick movement and loud noises and something that may become a threat to them, or that they may even perceive as a threat, even though it's not a threat at all. So, is it okay to teach our horse to be calm by overexposing them to things? That's a very common technique too. Again, there may not be a lot of relaxation involved in that, and when we're overexposing our horse, they may react by getting scared and jumping around and trying to avoid the thing that we're overexposing them to and the fast movement, and we're doing a lot of this. That is a really great question, because what we may see happen is we wave things around and we touch them a lot, or we tap them with stuff, and they do start out fearful, anxious, very active, and then over the course of time they start to get quiet. And they may get really quiet, in fact, where you can do anything that you want to that horse and they don't respond anymore. Well, that's an extreme, and what they're showing you at that point is not relaxation. It's more of the brain shutting down. And what I mean by shutting down is that the brain has become so overwhelmed with information that it knows it can no longer react to, because reacting is not working. Maybe we're punishing our horse or correcting our horse for trying to get away, or restraining our horse and restricting movement, or asking for a lot of movement because they want to go away, so we make them go away more. When that happens, eventually they stop trying. And when they've stopped trying, that's a shift in psychological response that's not a healthy one. That is called shutting down, and it's a response to being overwhelmed by information, especially information that is creating that fight or flight response. So what ends up happening, instead of trying to run away or kick at you, and they stop doing all that, then they do the third option, coping mechanism, which is called freeze. And it looks like this. And they might close their eyes, and they might look relaxed, they might look asleep, but they're really not interacting anymore. They're not responding to the world anymore. So we don't want to see that. We want to see relaxed, engaged, calm, but interested. And if we want those things from our horse, that means that we need to do that too, or else we can stimulate them into being not relaxed anymore. So if we're moving over here, and we're doing this, and we're waving this, and we're doing all this stuff, that's going to increase their energy level, their excitement level, and there's a really strong possibility that we're going to trigger that fight, flight, or freeze response, or just cause some anxiety. So if a horse is really confident and we want to step it up a little bit, jazz things up, it's probably fine, in small quantities, right? Small bites for the horse, so they can go, oh, I got excited, and that was fast. Horses are running around behind me. See if you can see them. And that was exciting and fast, but then I can calm down. I don't stay there. I didn't get scared. I just got more enthusiastic and more motivated. So that can be okay. So I'm not saying that you can't ever, get your horse a little bit amped up. There are times when that can be okay. It depends on the horse, depends on the situation. So, what does it mean to be relaxed with your horse? It means that we are breathing, that we are grounded, so we're aware of our connection to the earth, and that we communicate with our horse and interact with our horse in a way that they can process. And what that means is that the information is coming in a slow enough speed and a low enough level of intensity that it doesn't trigger the fight, flight, or freeze response. So they don't get excited, confused, upset. They're just chilling. Everybody's just hanging out and relaxing, We're still communicating, we're still moving, we're still doing stuff. But sometimes, if we have a horse that tends to be pretty excited, sometimes it's really nice not to do anything with them, or even just do that to help develop and strengthen your relationship. Just hang out with them. If you can't hang out with them inside because that's not safe, inside their paddock or in their stall, hang out with them outside the fence where they can see you and they can spend time with you too. It's just sharing that environment with them without any demands, so that they don't see you as the person who comes and asks me to do things and puts pressure on me and, oh my goodness, and here we go, we gotta do stuff. We want them, again, relaxed. That's healthier for them. It's safer for them. It's safer for you too, because then you don't have a horse that's like, what's that, and living at this higher level of vibration, right? They're not in an energetic state or a highly energetic state. We want them in just like a kind of neutral state, maybe a little excited here and there. But like these horses behind me, I don't know if you saw them at all, but they all ran off. But if you look at them now, you probably can't. It's probably kind of little back there, but they're just grazing again. There's a little bit of nose blowing, so they're releasing some of that excitement or anxiety. But something startled them, they ran, and then they calmed down again. And that is also a sign of a good, healthy mind, where, oh yeah, that was reasonable. I got a little scared, whew, but I'm okay. But if they stay scared for a long period of time, then that's something that we would want to help them with and resolve. So I hope that's helpful. I am going to be posting some more videos with tips like this, and I'm actually going to post a video of me working with a young horse, a 2-year-old, who came to Pure Joy because her anxiety level was really high. She was living there continuously, and it was a little hard to stay calm with her when she was chasing me down, but hey, you adapt, you change things in the environment to make it work, and we have gotten to a good place. So I'm going to turn this video off, and I'm going to do a session with her, and as an example, it'll be like a part 2 of what it looks like to be relaxed with your horse. All right, hey, thanks so much for visiting and watching. Go to purejoyhorsemanship.com for more information. I've got a class coming up in, I think, about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, about anxious horses. So I think you're going to want to check that out. Thanks.